Double check, we sound good. Good, good, you. I was gonna go the other way with it. I was gonna say Black Eneru. We just come up with nicknames on the way. That's usually how it always is. It's just more Kuma backstory. Yeah, yeah. After God Valley. Also, yeah, I was just gonna bring that up. Like, all that comes full circle now. Well, with this latest chapter, it full circle. Yeah. Mm. Batty? 21. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just Oh yeah, yeah. The pain can't dissipate if nobody takes all the pain. I think it's once a week, like almost like if you're going to church, basically. Dude, when I saw that, I immediately thought of Thriller Bark. I'm like, yo, Kuma did this exact same thing. Until now, yeah. Also, like back then, if you were to tell me we're gonna get back Kuma backstory and he's gonna be relevant to the story, I would have been like, nah, there's no way. And he- he's central to what's happening in God. Well, not just in current events. God from the very beginning, from God's Valley to getting his devil fruit to joining the revolutionaries, going back to the Sorbet Kingdom. And the other thing too is like I think he could withstand it because he has, like we talked about before, Buccaneer blood in him. Yeah, he's bedridden for a little bit, bro. Can I can I say like it hit me hard when Kuma was thinking about his parents, how Ginny wanted her to get married and stuff like that. Bro, like I that yeah, he doesn't want her to experience that. And then we see him talking to Ginny like when they how old are they at? 25 25 years. So Kuma's 22 and then wait, Ginny was okay. And then we see a little tidbit of the freedom fighters back then before they became the revolutionaries. Now, when I read the spoilers and they talking about Dragon, I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen with Dragon? What kind of information are we gonna get on Dragon? And then when I read the updated spoilers and this man used to be a Marine, I'm like, no fucking way. But it makes perfect sense too. Yeah, we don't know that. That's maybe because Dragon, Ivankov, and Kumar are like all around the same age around there. Yeah. Yes. Going back to that real quick. We we see Kuma's the ruler of of the Sorbet Kingdom, how he's basically doing committing crimes out here. Basically, he's splitting the Sorbet Kingdom to the from the north side to the south side. So all the south side people have to pay the heavenly tribute, and the king doesn't care what happens to them. Yeah, Cobra and who was the one from Dressrosa? King Riku, Riku. Oh, Poseidon too. How could I forget? Poseidon, Fishman, the one from Lulisha. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Sabo and a few good men. And then remember, eventually Kuma became the king of the Sorbet Kingdom. Yeah. Well, he had the idea when he saw Dragon in the papers how he wanted to go out to sea and help people too. You're you're planning on enslaving them? That man went full rampage mode. Yeah, they don't really show how he got captured. But Ginny and the others were there because they were trying to get Kuma. Also, Kuma's wearing his famous hat in one of the once we like flash forward a little bit. Yep. Yeah, when around the time when right before the king when he made those rules about separating the north and the south, you see Kuma wearing his iconic hat. Also, Brago or BDA, I don't know however you want to call him. I say Brago because BDA is just his YouTube handle and stuff. But he was making fun of the king and his like assistant Malige, this new policy. I just started dying when he did that. I just had to throw that in there. Yeah. My, my man Dragon came to save the day. Well, Dragon and Ivankov. We see like the eventual members of the revolutionary. I think so, but it's hard to tell. I think that's Betty right there with the top hat. Also, Dragon doesn't have his face tattoo either, so it's that's pretty interesting. But I also wanted to touch on like we flash forward a little bit. They're obviously the revolutionaries now, and Ginny's gonna be Ginny Ginny's gonna be joining Kuma's division eventually, and then she somehow got captured, which I wanted to bring up. Like, I feel like maybe it was a Kainu, because if Dragon used to be if Dragon used to be a Marine and Ginny's part of the revolutionaries and she used to be a slave when she was younger. And a Akainu knows Dragon's the leader of the revolutionaries. This would be a good way to get back at him. Also, notice Oda didn't reveal who the person was that captured. It's crazy how all the events like led up to this point. Like just thinking back from the beginning of Egghead, like O'Hara, Vegapunk being there after it happened, and then Dragon officially declaring war on the world government at that point, and then eventually the freedom fighters become the revolutionaries, and like it's just been an ongoing battle between them. I think a lot of people weren't expecting Kuma to be the center of it, honestly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, not just that, Dragon's son too. He had to have some inkling of it, bro. Because I'm trying to remember what he said about Luffy after Thriller Bark. I no, 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 like after he gave Zoro Luffy's pain and then he was talking about Luffy and then he mentioned Dragon. And then also I forgot at Sabaody he also said we'll never see each other again. Because at that point I think Kuma already had modifications at that point. Because his eyes weren't normal. It looked like they were glass eyes. Like yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm. Dragon's the last one to do anything. But it's funny though. I did say like we're getting more dragon now than we ever have before. Because Oda, before Wano, Oda definitely relayed the message that the revolutionaries are making their move. They they destroyed the Celestials' food preserves. They stopped the trade routes for food or stuff to get to Mary Joa. They attacked the symbol of the Celestial Dragon. So yeah, they're on the move right now. And like, bro, that's why I keep saying Dragon and Kumar are gonna have to show up at Egghead at some point. They have to, because there's no reason for Oda to be showing these. Well, it was given that Kuma was gonna show up, but like after seeing Dragon so much, yeah. And then I was just thinking back to the beginning of the arc where Vegapunk was talking to Dragon because they know each other. Like my time is almost up, and like that's one of those resources that Dragon can very use. I'm all over the place. Uh, woo, that's an asset and resource that they could use against the world government. Because the world government doesn't need Vegapunk anymore. They already said it. The pacifistas, the Momo's devil fruit, that too. Yeah. This man wants to make the internet. Okay. Now that I said that, I wanted to bring something up that Brago said before. Like Kuma shows up to Egghead, he dies, but he relays everything that happened with his memories and stuff like that to the world. Yeah, because remember, an incident's supposed to happen here. An incident. I mean, Kizaru's down for the count right now, but not actually like defeated. Yeah, shriveled up raisin. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it kind of is right now. Oh, until he gets a better control of it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's funny because we talked about this before, like way back in the day where Prophet was still around. That what like devil fruits are not supposed to drain your stamina, but for some reason Luffy's devil fruit drains him every time he uses Gear 5 and his gears. Yeah, yeah, we talked about that last week. I think, I mean, it was a pretty straightforward chapter. Like, yeah, I will say that yeah, I was just gonna bring that up. That's the best thing I. So if if Oda's back to his regular scheduled writing and all that stuff, we should be getting a few chapters this month. Because remember, December and January is when they take a lot of time off. So, and I actually wanted to bring that up to you. Like, Egghead's definitely ending next year. Now, how far into next year? Maybe March or April. I mean, it's been one of the more consistent arcs, if we're being honest. You know what it is though, too, about post time skip? Everything culminated to Wano. That's all it was. Well, quote unquote Yonko saga, whatever you want to call it. Yo, Oda threw the gauntlet down as soon as Kid and Law faced respective Yonkos. Like right then and there, I'm like, okay, okay. Yeah. Kuma saved them if you want to if you want to put it into terms. I mean, let's think about it too. The supernovas. Uh uh Drake is a member's sword. We don't know what's up with him after Wano. Hawkins might be dead because he was the 1% man. Apu is I don't know where he's at. Beji is somewhere around the ocean. Um with yeah, Kid and Kidder were at the bottom of the ocean, we saw. Law got defeated by Blackbeard. So the only we don't know where Rouge is at either. We haven't heard of that man since Whole Cake Island because he beat one of the sweet generals. Or is it generals or commanders? I think it's the generals. You haven't seen him. Now may now maybe Oda's saving him for later on because he's the last one out of all the supernovas to be featured in the story. This man saw Kaido skydive off of a sky island. Yeah, well, the last that we saw in the cover story, he was getting Chiffon's dad, but besides that, we don't know. Well, Zoro's in that group too. L I definitely feel like Law's gonna come back into play eventually because Beppo got away. That's the yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, so as far as we know, Garp, Law, and maybe Moria are still on Hachinosu. Because remember, the whole reason Perona was there with to help Kobe was for Kobe to help her out and free Moria, but we didn't see any of that, so he might still be there. Oh, I just yeah, and I just remembered right now too in the God's Valley flashback, the crown jewel of Hachinosu. Are we ever gonna find out what that is? It has to be a physical item. Oh, Wang Ji. Back then when Garp, yeah. Well, I think nobody was there when Garp was there. That's why, because they went to go get their crown jewel back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, yeah, like you said, we never saw Blackbeard take out the former leader of the Rocks Pirate. Well, not the former leader, a former member of the Rocks Pirates, Wang Ji. Yeah, no, that bro, Kobe's gonna be a problem. I'm telling you right now. Honesty impact, yeah. Well, you got Bartolomeo for that. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think they were. I'm gonna put this in simplest terms. He was the Vegeta to his Goku. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kobe being Trunks and Goten is Luffy. Yeah, that's if I remember right now, he's a captain right now, right? Mm. He could become an admiral after the stuff in Hachinosu. Yeah, admiral. Yeah, and that's the other thing I wanted to bring up about. We've talked about this plenty of times how the story. It's only been 2.5 months in the story, minus the 2 year time skip. Like I would have thought like maybe a year or two maybe of like the story has passed by. Nah, it's only been a couple. It's only been a couple months since the time skip. Well, they do a good job of time jumping in the show without actually telling you anything. Yeah, he's on Yonko level now. That's great. That's great. I, I haven't heard anybody use that term in so long. My God. No, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. Crazy. Shit. That goddamn battle bag chapter. Oof. That's one of those chapters that stuck with me. Like just because of everything Kobe, the adversity he had to go through. Nope. And I think he's better suited without one, honestly. Yeah. Uh, who we talking about on Kids Girl? Oh, Helmepo. It's ooh, yeah, since Wano started. Oh my god. Don't get me started on that. Oh, Yonkos are supposed to take out admirals. Admirals are deterrents for Yonkos. That shows you how Shanks is that dude. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't like getting to that subject because everybody's just fucking all whiny and crybaby up and that's like back in the day where the bowing doesn't equate to strength. Yeah, 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 yeah. She had a high bounty for a kid because she knew about the Void Sentry. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. To alive. And then I think he also I don't know if they put oh no, they put the name after the arc. Okay. It's it's also weird how around the Gear 5 time how the Gorosei was trying to get rid of the name, the D in the name, even though he's had it from the very beginning of the story. I I I guess because the D and then Joyboy or Nika together, people will put two and two together, be like, oh, this is Joyboy Nika. He's come to liberate us. Which I want to call back to the previous chapter where Kuma was talking to Saturn about he wants to liberate people like Nika, and then Saturn's like, that's exactly why your people were destroyed. Damn, he hit him with the he hit him with the Frieza slang. So let me see. We're on 1097. Okay, as far as the next three chapters, we're gonna get we're gonna get either who kidnapped Jinny, and then Kuma comes back to the Sorbet Kingdom to eventually become the Tyrant King that they named him, and how he became a warlord. And then and then once we see him become a warlord, we go back to present time where Kuma shows up in the present, a dragon. We'll also be talking about the SBS at some point, the most recent one. On a break week. Love, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. I know it's war, but I decided